Okay, good morning. We are back on house build. Now we have not been here for just over a month, so there's quite a bit to show you, and today is a very special one because it's going to be grand reveal of some of the bits we've finished. So we're going to start with taking a look at this, back up and look at this porch. Sorry about that, slight technical glitch, don't know what has gone wrong, but we'll move on and we will show you the finished greenhouse. Okay, so when I say finished greenhouse, you've technically already seen what it looks like, and there is just a couple of bits left, but not much at all. Dave and the Sunshine Gang, they've come and they fitted the balance of the glass that we had to leave out so we could build the brick wall at the back of the water feature, which I'll show you in a second. Just Granite have been out, they templated everything, they've put the tops on, so we've got the workbench effectively that end, we've got the same again that end, and on the other side we've got the sink, so somewhere for Papa G to wash his hands. Wayne's done all the waterworks, everything has been plumbed in properly. The only thing we've got left to do is put the water heater in to heat the water to wash your hands with. There's a little shelf left to go under there, and apart from that it's pretty much finished. JDC and the guys have been in, so we had James. He come along and he's fitted personally the lights, so we've got 3 pendant lights which are IP rated, so they're okay in a damp atmosphere. And then he suggested we put a pond, or he calls it a frog light, in up there which looks over the water feature. So we'll leave that on a timer, and then through the evening that'll look really nice in the background as a backdrop, which we'll show you the next bit in a second, from effectively the patio area over there. We've had the stone pillar caps fitted by the guys from Elevation Brickwork, so they've been in, and Corey's on another job, so Neil has sent another team in, so we've had them boys come in and they fitted them along with the tops of the raised borders, which we'll get onto in a second. And then the only thing really left for us to do was we just wanted to make sure we cleaned it all down. So what we've done then is Big Brad is at work, I've borrowed his car valeting equipment, his pressure washer, his foaming lance, and all the bits come with it, and we foamed it all down and we washed it all down and got rid of all the grub and the muck. So we've got a little bit of sealing up to do. We've put a bit of decoration round because this is going to be, when it's all grown up, a proper fairy garden. So now this is all finished, it has meant that Papa G can officially move in, but he is hounding us because he wanted to move all the gear into here to get the seeds and get everything going ready for the garden. He's hounding us now on the next bit, which he wants his first raised border finishing, which we've got to put some more soil in because he's getting ready to plant potatoes. So he has officially moved in properly. Obviously doesn't want us eating his sweets. There's none in there anyway. Let's go and have a look outside. Okay, so next on the list of grand reveals this week is the raised borders and the walls that we've got round the edge of the garden. Because Elevation Brickwork and the guys again, they've been back now, they've put all the cappings from Shropshire Brick and Stone on. Everything is fitted round here. The only thing, like I said, we've got left to do is we've just got to top the soil up, because when we did them, we obviously built them in brick, we did block inside, we tank and slurried the inside so they're completely watertight and not going to weep through into the brickwork and make it all damp. We filled them full of soil, we also put a layer of compost in, and then we capped them with soil. Now all the rain's been on them, in the bottom where the gravel is, all the water is obviously getting away, but the rain has basically made all the soil now sink, and that just needs topping up. So we've got about 4 or 6 inches of soil stroke compost now just to cap everything off with. Like I say, Papa G is on us because he wants to put the potatoes in the first one ready. We're also getting to the stage where the edges that have got these metal things on that are going to take the wires for any canes or anything that are going on, I want roses growing around them. So we've got to go somewhere and find some roses that are going to be suitable for what conditions that we've got here, given that this area is a bit shaded. So if anybody knows of anywhere they can recommend, please drop a comment at the end. So it has been a minute since we've been inside the house, because the last time we were here, Will the plasterer was just finishing off, Ash the painter was coming in to whitewash everything, which has now been done. And if you remember, we decided to abandon ship inside to get all of the outside work done as best we could before the weather turned. So since a couple of weeks after Christmas, Wayne has been back inside. The balance of the plumbing works has been done. We've had JDC back, they've done some more bits, and everything's starting to come together. So in 2 weeks from now, we've got Ash coming back to start painting upstairs, and we've got a mountain of work to get done before then, but we have got some good stuff to show you. First on the inside list of grand reveals is the downstairs fire and fireplace. Now we went to Confires, which are based in Church Stretton, for our log burners. We've had two exactly the same. When he spec'd them up, I think it was a 3, 4 or 5 kilowatt burner for the room size, but it looked
absolutely ridiculously tiny.
So we've gone a lot bigger. Go big or go home. We went for an 8 kilowatt, which fits the Inglenut fireplaces fantastically. Then we've come across some issues, because before they can fit that, we've got to do the fire surrounds. Now, if you remember, looking back, there was a massive problem in here because Edwina wanted it built in brick, which we did. Then she didn't want, so we had to come up with another idea. I asked Edwina exactly what she wanted, and it was a Inglenut fireplace. I specifically asked the question of, do you want the same bricks as the outside? And she said yes. And then she's come in here and had a look at it and decided that is not what she wants. So I'm not at fault, she is. But we now have a brick-built Inglenut and she doesn't want any brick showing. So I haven't got a clue what we're going to do to rectify this, but a little bit of a waste of time and money there, and I blame her. We've looked around and we've ended up going with just granite, and we've cladded the Inglenut in just granite's material. So that looks awesome, you'll see in a second. The next thing on the list for us in here is we are going to put the fire surround on. Now again, I've had a massive problem with that because I start looking and everything that's worth 2 or 3 grand looks absolutely rubbish. So I end up starting to look at anything from £7,000 to £27,000 per fireplace, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I refuse to spend even 3 grand on a fire surround. So Wayne and I are going to make them, but have a look at that right now. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what is going wrong. We've got technical problems today. Next on the list is the window boxes. Spin round. Okay, so window boxes. Some people consider old-fashioned, but we wanted something different. Everything that we sort of go to seems to be almost like a bit of a Georgian feel. So Wayne come up actually with this design, so I'm going to take credit for that. So this is my design. But what we've done is, instead of plastering them reveals, what we've done is we've put these window boxes in, so it's an MDF box effectively, and then we face that off with my design that Wayne did of this standard architrave, and then we've routed this MDF strip and put that on to create this sort of Georgian feel box that's on the window. If it is Georgian, I'm not sure. And that really complements the windows really well. Question is, at the minute, we don't know whether we're going to paint this the same colour as the walls, or whether that's going to be white, as are the sills. Don't know, we'll have to see. So like I say, we have then continued that theme around all the doors and door frames. So door frames are in, that's these wooden bits here. And we've put the surrounds on, the trim, which is nice. And the doors have now been hung up here. So they, in fact, you're not going to see that just yet. I'll leave that there. And then the skirting, when the skirting goes on now, we've changed the design slightly of what we were originally going to have, and mainly so that when Ash the painter comes, he can paint the room and then we can fit the floor in afterwards, because I didn't quite fancy the flooring going down before all the painting had been done. So what we've done is we've done a double skirting detail, so it means that Ash can paint the walls and come all the way down and paint the first piece of skirting, but then where the floor needs to sail through and have that expansion gap against the wall, the next piece of skirting will come down and cover it. So that's going to look awesome. So we've got, that is the detail ultimately that we're going to work to, and that'll finish everything off really nicely. And we're going to finish, in fact the last bit we'll come to in a second, we'll finish on the fireplace in the master bedroom. But before we do, I'm going to have a super whinge. Look here. Okay, so before we go to the master bedroom, I'm just going to have this whinge about the bane of my life, which has been this lift shaft. So the dumbwaiter that we had Stannar to come and do, Now, I've had a little bit of a whinge about these in the past, and this is only my own personal experience and opinion, but they have been a nightmare. We had nothing but trouble in the beginning. We finally got some decent guys that come out and fitted the shaft, and they were fantastic in all fairness. Nothing was too much trouble. They got the job done and fitted. The only thing left then on the list to do was to come and set the limits and commission the shaft, which they can't do until effectively we've done all this boxing round work and everything is finished. So we arranged for them to come back. They come back last week and spent 2, maybe 3 days, I can't remember now, and they can't get to work. So I don't know what they're going to do because they have gone. We've not heard anything more from them since. I don't know when they're coming back. They keep telling me there's a problem with the electric. Well, James from JDC has been out and double checked that, and the supply that they have asked for, they have 100% got. The access panel that they asked us to change from their original detail that they give us, so Wayne changed it, they have now asked us to change back. They then want a different lock fit in. Everything is just an absolute nightmare, and at the moment, if this isn't fixed within a week, I'm going to rip it all out and it is going to be a laundry chute. Okay, so we're going to finish off in the master bedroom. We have done the panel in detail, which is behind you. We have done the fireplace, so we didn't really know what we were going to do with that, and it has literally just been built from here. It's been bits on the wall, we've added to, and I think what we've created is fantastic. And certainly, I think we're going to put it on Pinterest and we'll be selling this for £27,000. Me and Wayne will come and do it. It's like a weekend job. In fact, anything that you want doing in your own homes, by all means, give us a bell, but you can't have a budget because we are £27,000 fireplace all day long. Have a look at that. Massive apologies, we seem to be having a lot of technical difficulties in this video. Or are we? Because we have decided that through the course of the house build, we have been through every stage and explained and documented every bit that we've done. Now that it comes to the finishing touches, I actually don't want to show anyone until everything is finished and painted up. So although we'll go through the bits and bobs that we're doing, and as we're doing them, we'll show you, what we're not going to do is we're not going to show you the grand reveal of a finished section. So the master bedroom is finished, so we're not going to show you that. The fireplace downstairs is finished and just granite done, although the fire surround has not been built yet, but we're still not going to show you that. Panel detailing, obviously the grand reveal will come when that's all finished and painted up. It's not quite finished yet. And finally, the porch. We're not showing you the porch until the back porch is done, and we can show you that all in one fell swoop. So, if you like what you've seen, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and we're going to leave you with a massive house build montage. And if you do look hard enough, you are going to find little tiny bits of some of them bits that we're not ready to show you yet montage. Boom.
What was that? Well, come back there.
Right.